he didn't mean it. He had a moment of.
He shouldn't get punished just because.
Let me ask you a question.
No, you don't punish somebody. I mean, what do you stitches?
Let me ask you a question.
Come on, give me a
Antonio,
break. Get up and walk, man.
Antonio, next week we got Inter versus Milan. Let's say Spalletti gets thrown off, and while he's walking, he knocks over one of the Milan officials.
Wow.
Antonio, you see how
First
your
of
reaction
all,
changes completely?
First of all,
everybody keep fighting. We're rising, it's all worth it. Brothers and sisters, this is where we all belong. Different color, same game, we all worship.
All right, you guys ready?
yeah, 1, 2, 3, go.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie A audio experience with IFTV. We're lacking Peter today. Peter, as we told you guys, he's coaching. Well, he's assistant. Is he assistant coach, or is he just the manager?
No, he's the team manager.
Team manager.
He's a team manager in Viareggio Cup right now. That's going on.
Hey, Pete.
What were you gonna say? What?
You're looking this way. The camera is over.
No,
It's all right.
it's fine. We'll
Well,
do it
see,
like this.
Peter is celebrating too because Inter won, 2-0 against, one of the bottom
Against Spal.
Spal.
And
Yeah.
also another big thing for Peter is he's gonna be at the derby, the Milan Inter derby.
Yeah,
so
he's
it's gonna
going.
be huge for him. So if anyone's gonna be there, you got to link up with him.
A
It's
few
gonna be
people
fun.
actually messaged us that they're gonna
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
I connected them with Peter. Yeah.
So Spalletti beat Spal. Spalletti beat
Yeah.
Spal.
Yes. Are you nervous a little bit that
No.
Peter's gonna be over there inside the derby? He's
I
got
am
tickets.
praying for him because he's going to just need so many napkins to wipe his tears. It's going to be just unbelievable.
Listen, you guys look good right now.
Oh, yeah?
You look really good.
Oh, who? Us?
Yeah, Milan look
But
good.
listen, when the derby comes, the numbers don't count.
That's
Nothing
true.
else matters.
That's true.
Remember that.
Come on,
Antonio.
form is a little bit. When
No,
it's a
it's not little bit,
derby.
it's out the window.
Is this derby going to be Milan playing at home or Inter playing
No,
home? It's
Milan at home
playing
because I remember Peter said he wasn't gonna wear an Inter jersey because it was Milan's home. Remember?
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a laser from here and we're going to shoot it all the way to Italy. Say, hey, he's the Inter fan.
What kind of laser you gonna get?
Don't worry, I got something special.
From body.
He's gonna get a drone.
Not that wall.
I want to remind you.
Satellite, Mike. Get it on the satellite and then you shoot it down.
This is never going to happen. I want to remind everybody, before we get into this podcast, we dropped the gold. Our gold shirts, our gold culture shirts are back. Everyone's been asking us, so we brought them back for one last time. So if you want one, they're limited. Go and get one. They've already been selling like crazy on Instagram. So if you want one, head on ItalianFootballTV.com.
How about you drop them?
Drop, meaning like we released
Yeah, we
them.
released them.
Oh, you released them?
You're thinking we're dropping people's orders or something?
Okay, all right, you released them.
We released them. I'm sorry.
But you need to stop in the production of that.
No,
No,
we started the
we
production.
You started
yeah.
the production.
Yeah, that's what it
Because
is.
that's
Yes.
what I understood in my half an English over here.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Okay, guys,
And-
the gold shirts, see?
me and Antonio are repping them, the gold, right?
Okay, yes.
And I want to remind everybody also, if you enjoy this podcast, rate us 5 stars right at the beginning. We always save it to the end, but jump on iTunes, rate us 5 stars, subscribe if you're new, and like this video if you enjoy. Anyway, let's get into this. Where do we want to start off? What topic we want to start
Let's
off?
start with Juventus playing tomorrow.
All right, let's start
Oh,
with
we're gonna
that.
start on that?
Yeah.
Okay, the banger first?
We'll start with the Champions League. I know, Gaetano, Dad, you have some tactics that you want to do. We'll say that we'll do a little preview before the match. Juventus against Atletico Madrid today. If you're watching this, the game is happening. 2-0 Atletico is winning on aggregate back in Torino, and Juventus have a huge mountain to climb. And I know that the theme of this that everybody's been saying to us online is, Juventus last year, they were in a similar position with Real Madrid where they came back from 3-0. But I think that this situation is very different just because if Atletico score 1 goal, Juventus have to score 4. And like I've also been saying, I would much rather play Real Madrid than Atletico Madrid because Atletico is a team that thrives on being in these defensive situations where they could just grind out you not scoring. They don't need to play good football. They'll just sit there, defend, and Simeone is going to have his guys charged up. And I think it's going to take something very special from Juventus if they're able to come back. What do you guys think?
I don't think it's going to happen. I'll tell you my feeling is about this game here. First of all, last year you were saying, if we had somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo, that's what all we need. Now you got Cristiano Ronaldo. So I don't think you have a huge mountain to climb, but at the same time, you're supposed to be playing a little smart. Now this Allegri changing his formation, I don't know about it,
It's predicted at the moment that it's going to be a 3-5-2 for
3-5-2.
Juventus.
You see, it's going from the 4 defender, it's going to go into 3 defender. What makes you think that Griezmann and a couple other very fast players, Morata, especially if he's playing Morata, I guess.
Yeah, he's playing.
So those are the people that are going to do damage into a formation like that. So you can have one less defender over there. I know that they're going to drop back. One midfielder is going to drop back as soon as they lose the ball. But you open yourself up to being punished. If you get punished with 1 goal over there, 4 goals, you're not going to be scoring 4 goals at Atletico.
That's the thing that I'm confused about is that Juventus, we haven't seen Juventus play with the 3-man backline in quite some time. And then in the most important match of the season, you drop to a 3-man backline of Cáceres, Chiellini, and Bonucci. It's very questionable, and I think that his approach is trying to dominate the midfield, where Juve really lost the game. In Madrid was in the midfield, where the midfield was non-existent. And I think it's going to take everybody on their game. Like you said, Ronaldo, yes, is very important, and he will push the details. But it's not only going to be about Ronaldo, but you did sign him for nights like these.
That's
What do you
true.
think? What do you think about the game, Mike?
I think this is going to be interesting. Like you said with the lineup, the last time we saw like a 3-5-2 was those Conte days, right?
Or the transition from Conte to Allegri.
The BBC days in the back. But I'm actually kind of excited how you said the biggest thing, there was a space between the defense and attack. The midfield was the biggest problem. Juve looked horrendous there. With this 3-5-2, it's not totally strange for them. They kind of know how to play it. It's not as similar to the newer guys, but I feel like something like this, something drastic has to happen in order for Juve to pull something special. Because this whole season in Serie A, I don't think there's maybe 1 or 2 games they actually performed well.
If anything, the performances have dropped.
Exactly. So maybe with this formation, it's going to give them a little boost. It's going to give them a little kick, and there's going to be something new.
You're much more optimistic than I am.
But wait a moment. One thing I still, then I'm going to let Gaetano take over this conversation. But why Cáceres instead of Rugani? At least Rugani's been there.
Cáceres,
Maybe because Cáceres was there, he knew the 3-5-2 better. What?
And he's
To
more
be honest,
experienced.
Rugani,
He just
I
was
don't trust
brought back.
Rugani either.
He was just brought back.
Ruggani's too raw for
I don't
me.
trust
He's not as
Rugani either. I don't
experienced.
trust either of them.
To me, all Simeone has to do, you see that wall that he put on with the 5 people that Allegri is putting on the field? Just is going to tell the defender and some of the midfielders that just go over. Just long toss. And then let Morata and Griezmann take one-on-one, either Chiellini, Bonucci, and Cáceres.
What do you think?
They're capable.
So this is the way they played the last game. Okay, they had the 4 in the back, the 3 midfielders. Dybala was here, and we had Ronaldo and Mandzukic here. So what happens is when Dybala plays this position here, it tends to go up. What happens when you lose the ball? When you lose the ball, of course, he wants one of the midfielders forward to go back right away. And Bala is not the best defensive midfielder. The guy is very offensive.
Right.
And,
Mandzukic is the one.
Mandzukic used to be the one that used to go back from this side. He used to go all the way down, but now Ronaldo is here. So what he's doing for tomorrow, I mean, that's what they're reporting. I don't like it, but that's what they're reporting, is that he'll have the 3 back, and then he'll have
5 right there.
He'll have the 3 midfielders, okay, which I think the 3 midfielders will probably go ahead.
Emre Can.
Okay, so the 3 midfielders are going to be Emre Can, Pjanic, and Matuidi. Now, these 2 players here that they're going to play very wide is when you lose the ball, they become a fullback. And this is where you have your 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get the ball, they become wings. And this is what happens. You attack with 1, 2, 3, 4. This wins the ball, and then this guy's
So
of
3,
course they
3,
move
4
up.
from a 5.
So what happens is when you lose the ball, you got to be really fast, because in the back you only have 3 players. So this position here is very, very important.
You got to be tireless.
If you got to be tireless, you got to go up and down the whole game.
You got to know when to make the run.
And what happens if you don't come back on time? Then these guys here, they get caught. And if the other team has got very fast forwards,
It's going to be very tough to come
and
back.
you get them one-on-one with one of the defenders, then you're in trouble. So it's very important that these players, probably they won't last the whole game. They have to do this job here.
So they're probably gonna have
And
to
the
switch
two guys, the
formations
two
too.
guys that are going to be reportedly are Bernadeschi on the left.
So Bernadeschi here.
And
And
not
Cancelo.
Cancelo. Well, that's
Cancelo
that got
works,
speed.
but does
Bernadeschi,
Bernadeschi?
he never played
Gaetano
something
just
like
said
this.
how this left wing back is gonna have to play as a left back. Bernadeschi, yes, he's a hustler, but has he ever played left back?
Yeah, that's what I'm nervous about. But for
Otherwise Bernadeschi can always play on this side here, which he has played a couple of times. He started on the side, but it doesn't matter. You got to go back. The thing is that this player, when you have the ball, you have to be a wing. And when you go back, you have to be a fullback. Now, to me,
Very hard job.
to me, what happens in a game like this, what makes the difference is a player that can dribble. And that's what's going to make the difference.
So like Dybala.
Who's the guy that can dribble a man and then make a cross? And I think that's a Dybala. So do you save Dybala for the last half hour and then you bring him in later? Or do you let him play? Well, he let him play from the beginning against the first game, and I guess it didn't work out. And
If I could just add that it didn't work out because Dybala was like right there.
I get what you mean, but where would Dybala? Where would he fit this formation? Would he be able to fit
Where would you
this?
put
Where
him?
would you play him? Because I don't think he'd be fit here, to be honest.
no.
with you.
In this formation,
wouldn't work.
it won't work unless you put him with Ronaldo up front.
Instead of
Let's say
Mandzukic.
Ronaldo and Mandzukic are. You
Yeah.
got the let's say you play the 4-4-2 or you play the 3-5-2.
Yeah.
Then you have Dybala here and you have Ronaldo here. Can we see at least once the two up front and
Right.
to play
I agree
together
with that.
and the 1-2? We haven't seen not even one.
We did
1-2.
once, but-
These guys have been playing the whole season together. So what happens is, to me, Dybala is too far where he puts him when Dybala plays on the 4-3.
4-3-3.
It is a little bit, he stays a little bit here. He starts behind the two forwards. He stays here. Most of the time, when he gets the ball, he's too far away from the goal. It's too far away. He's got to play like Messi plays.
More central.
When
to,
Messi plays with Barcelona, and Messi is here, and Suarez is here, and Dembele is here, Messi's got the freedom. He's got the freedom from here to go all the way here. This is all his freedom. He can go anywhere he wants without any restriction. And when they lose the ball, they have Dembele that goes down and helps out in the defense. Why don't you have Mandzukic, go back? Because he has done it before. Let Mandzukic go back and defend and give this kid some freedom up front to do what he wants to do.
To take one-on-one in one of those
Because
guys.
he's the guy that can dribble
yeah.
one man. Once you dribble one man in their defense,
But Mandzukic
You
is the
create-
person that can hold the ball, in the box, something Dybala can't do. So maybe like
But
like
Atletico's also
instead
a
of-
very physical team.
That's true,
Playing the
but-
ball inside the box might not be the best
But
option.
Mandzukic would be the best for that, holding the ball up because he has the extra.
It's different
grip.
strategies. Let me ask you one last question before you go away. Your ideal lineup. Forget about what the probable is. Atletico Madrid. What would you do?
My ideal
Ideal.
lineup is 4-4-2. I play a 4-4.
Napoli,
Which players where?
Ancelotti's 4-4-2.
Doesn't matter which players. I play a 4-4-2. So I start with Dybala and Ronaldo here. Okay, and then you can have Bernadeschi on one side, or you can have, why not have Mandzukic did a great job here.
Yeah.
Have Mandzukic go up and down, and
Right.
have Bernadeschi on this side. He played here
And then
before.
the two in the middle,
And then the
Pjanic.
two in the middle. I mean, the 4-4-2, you can mix it up a little bit, but I would like to see Dybala and Ronaldo. See what they can create up front. They're very
I
creative. They know how to dribble, and once you dribble one defender, you create a lot of chaos in the other team's defense.
Very good. Thank you for
Gaetano,
that.
the only
People were
thing,
asking for it.
that I object to the 4-4-2 is the fact that Barcelona is going to have
Atletico.
I'm sorry, Atletico is going to have what's his name, Griezmann and Morata right on top of that, and I think Pjanic is going to be forced Pjanic is going to be forced too far back. Pjanic and the other Matuidi, they're going
No,
those are the people that are gonna
Morata
kill-
and Griezmann are forwards, so these guys are going to pick them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are going to
Yeah,
pick
but,
up the two
I
forwards.
think those two, the two on the middle over there, they have to drop back too, because they're not going to let them just go in front of the defender one-on-one to all
No,
the time.
no, no.
They have the filter. They have the filter. They have to try to disrupt. Those are the two creative players that they have.
Having said that, we talked about the formation, we talked about the attitude. What does Juventus realistically need to do to overcome this deficit? And what do we think, what's our prediction for it?
Score the first half, one goal, and then just keep pushing. Make sure that, like Gaetano said, defend nicely. Don't over-open yourself, and then the last 15, 20 minutes, just make the last push. If you have to just make a substitution, just go for
What's
it.
your prediction?
I think it's going to be it could be a 2-2 game.
That does nothing, though.
A 2-2 game and then into overtime.
Oh,
But,
an aggregate. Okay.
An aggregate.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
in an
What's
aggregate,
gonna happen? You don't know from there.
I just hope Juventus goes. I mean, as much as I hate Juventus, but I hope Juventus wins moves through. I mean, it goes
only
through
Italian
the
team we have
stuff.
left right
Yeah.
now.
So, but Simeone is not an easy dude.
know.
He knows how to defend. He played in Italy for a long time. He knows the system.
He knows Champions
and he
League.
knows even Allegri. He's been looking at Allegri for a little while. So he knows all his weakness. So,
2-2 to
I ho-
extra time.
Yeah.
Mike.
This is gonna be a good one. Allegri's been on the back foot before. He's came back. He's shown that he could do this. I think it's also gonna go to 2-2 extra time, and Juve's gonna get it before penalties happen. And I think it's gonna be a huge comeback. So it's gonna be a good match.
A very, very tough game that they're going to play. But if you remember last year when they went to Madrid, one of the biggest criticism for Allegri is that he is too defensive. That's what all the fans, they complain about him, and now they're putting everything in this game. If he doesn't win this game, he's going to be out, which is not, it's not fair. But when he went to Madrid last year, he did play a defensive game, and then counter-attack, and they were able to score 3 goals in Madrid.
Impressive.
So that's the way he plays. So for us, we would like and the fans to change his mentality and go there with go forward. Push too much forward. That's not his style. No, and you don't have to score in the first half one goal. I mean, if you just score 1 goal. As long as you don't get a goal, the important thing is that you don't get a goal.
That's a problem.
If you score 1 goal, even if you score in the second half after 10, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes on the second half, you got another 30 minutes to score to tie the game.
And you got some Dybala on the bench.
You tie the game, and then you take your chances.
What's your prediction?
I will say 3-0 for Juventus.
Holy crap.
Okay,
You're very confident.
I'm liking that.
You're confident in the defense? That Juventus, with the way that the defense has been playing and how many goals they've conceded, you think that they'll be able to hold off Atletico?
I mean, you Bonucci's there, Chiellini's there.
That's a problem.
Is that
That
good?
is a problem.
Bonucci's there?
Bonucci's a problem. And Cáceres, for me, is a problem.
I think when they had the problem, either Chiellini was not there or Bonucci was not there.
Last game against Atletico, they
You
both
remember?
were there.
You remember Bonucci lately? That is.
Yeah, he was covering this.
I mean, that was one game, but in the past, they have the best defense in Serie A. They have
Do they have the best defense in
They have
Serie A?
the best defense. Check it out.
Check this stat.
Yeah, they have the best defense in Serie A. And the time when they got a few goals is either Chiellini was not there or Bonucci was not there. And I guess Atletico.
I want to be
you talk-
optimistic. I said 2-2 and then you go overtime. But I just hope that Juventus doesn't come short because.
I think that's what we're all hoping, at least because Roma's out of Champions League. So
Now, they asked Sergio Brio the same question, and they goes, well, Atletico is worth $950 million in players, and Juventus is $700 million. I never figured it out, but that's what he said when they asked him.
I don't think that's true. I know
That's what
Atletico
Sergio-
do spend a lot more money than I think people know. They do spend a lot, but I don't think it's 700 versus 900.
That's what he said. And he did say also that
There's no excuse.
Allegri's gone.
Regardless, even if he wins the Champions League, even
Allegri's
if he
gone.
wins,
I
he's
think
gone.
they're gonna go separate ways. It's I don't know, maybe never connected with the fans.
It's a cycle, Gaetano. It's a cycle. You spend how many years in Juventus right now?
but,
5 years. It's a cycle. You have to go. It's time for him to go.
Well,
Regardless.
we're gonna talk about the coaching situation.
They got the best defense.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I thought AC Milan had the best defense.
Nah.
No.
I think since
Napoli
like
second.
January.
We are
Oh, then Milan's third.
third. But we're
No,
creeping,
Inter's third. Milan's fourth.
But we're creeping out, right?
Anyway, as far as my prediction, I think that this is a huge uphill battle. I think last year against Real Madrid, I was much more optimistic about being able to come back just because Atletico, again, once Juventus drew Atletico, I knew that this was the worst team to get just because of their approach to football. It's very different than Real Madrid, who are willing to go up, which brings space in. These guys will defend in 7-8 guys, and they don't care, and they'll just send the ball up and run.
Wait.
That's why
You didn't say your prediction.
that's what I'm getting to.
Oh,
I'm getting
okay.
to it.
I thought we skipped over.
No,
Okay.
no. So that's why I'm not confident about this game. And on top of that, even if the opponent wouldn't really matter as much, but it's also the attitude that Juventus has shown. And I think time and time again, Chiellini said, "Oh, we're going to see the real Juventus against Atletico in the first matches." If that's a real Juventus, then he says, "Oh no, we're going to see it in the return leg." I'm not too confident with the attitude of this team. I think that Juventus do have the quality that they should be able to. I think that it's going to end 3-1 and they're going to go out.
Away goals.
They're gonna go out.
I don't think that there's a chance that Juventus don't concede.
I would
against
say
Atletico.
2-0
That's
and then
why.
overtime. 2-0 and then into overtime.
It's that away goal. It's the away goal that kills it because if they score 1, then you have to score 4.
Well, listen,
and I think that's going to be the killer.
Don't you say that you have the best defenders over there? I mean,
No, I don't think that we're the best. I know on stats, I guess we are, but I don't think that Juventus have the best defense. Anyway,
so that means, you know what does that mean, Marco? That Chiellini is almost done. Bonucci is definitely almost done. You guys need
but
to...
it's also the idea of how you defend because I think that our midfielders, Juventus' midfielders, don't do a great job at helping and supporting, and that's always going to put a strain on the defense. That's what I believe.
I also just want to throw one more stat before we move on. It's very difficult. It's a tough stat for the Serie A fans. Atletico haven't conceded a single goal in their past 5 consecutive games.
Wow.
So they haven't conceded 1 goal. In
And
their
we said
past
3
5
goals,
games.
3 goals, 2 goals.
So I'm just saying they got to really do something special. That's
Gaetano,
all.
if you were...
In Champions League
No,
or in
all competitions.
the last 5
Gaetano, why
games?
don't we reverse...
But they're missing Godin tomorrow, right?
No, he's expected to play.
Yeah, he's expected to play now.
Felipe
He was in
Luis
Dow.
is out, and
The left full
All
back.
right.
yeah, and the striker.
Here's
was
an important
Costa.
thing I think we have to discuss. No, let's reverse the situation. We're discussing about what Allegri is supposed to do. If you are now Simeone, the Cholo, how are you gonna set up your team to face Juventus away?
But Atletico is one
No,
of
you are
the,
Simeone. Don't forget, you're not
Atletico
Allegri.
is one of those teams. It's a very physical team. Is very those midfielders. They work so hard. That's why Allegri is scared to put the Balade as a midfielder because he needs physical. You have to be really mean. This is a game where everything that you have inside, you got to show, and that's the way that Atletico plays. They're not going to make you breathe. And the midfielders are going to, and that's how he plays. And every time the ball goes, they're going to kick it out. The foul goes. They're going to go on the ground. They're going to waste time. They're going to.
So what formation are you going to put on the field? 4-5-1 or 4-4-2?
It's probably, as far as he's concerned, he's going to play the same way he played in the first game.
4-4-2.
Yeah, the same way. But the thing about Atletico is the physicality of his team, the mentality, the fighting that they have inside.
The grinta.
Yeah, grinta. That's the word. That's how Atletico plays. So you're not going to change anything.
How would you go? How would you penetrate the Juventus midfield? The big 5 people that you can have on the middle.
I don't think you're gonna
if
have to
they're
do
really
too
actually
much
going.
with,
If they're really going 3-5-2 Juventus, if you are Simeone, what do you do? You just go over.
But you see, he's got the players. He's got very fast players. I mean, this guy Griezmann is fast. He can dribble somebody. So, when you dribble somebody, that's why if you go with 3, I'm scared. If you go with 4, let's say if Griezmann goes here, then Bonucci can back him up. You can always have somebody to back up. If Griezmann is over here, then this guy goes to pick him up, and then somebody can be behind. You have to have support in all your defenders. One guy goes, the other goes. If he dribbles one guy, there's another guy, he's got to go through two guys, not one. If he got to go through one guy, he's going to go.
So, Bacatano, the fact that you have three defenders, let's say Juventus got three defenders, don't you think that Simeone is going to exploit the side
Yeah,
line?
that's what I'm saying.
He's going to go to the wing.
That's why I said
Wing.
That's
and
what
then,
I'm saying. If you go here, if you got three,
Yeah.
if you got the three, right? Okay. You see this guy? If he doesn't come back on time,
Then you look how much room you have.
Yeah,
all over the place.
and especially if the ball is on the side, right? If the ball is on the side, he goes here, right? Because that's how you play. If this guy doesn't come back, look how much space you got here. You put a through ball, that's what I'm
It
afraid.
seems to be you're not going to have a nice night of sleep tonight because you're going to be you're overthinking about it. You know what?
Anyway,
big match.
let's move on. Let's move on because
Okay.
we took enough time.
Right.
I think that there's nothing that anybody here can do about
So you know
what's
what?
going to happen.
I know what you're doing right now.
What?
Because you said, "Oh, we're going to be losing 3-1 on
I
aggregate
didn't
and
say
all
we're
the
going to
stuff."
lose. We're going to
Well,
win 3-1.
You're going to win 3-1, but
Yeah.
you're going to be eliminated.
Yeah.
But I think you were copying my philosophy right now.
So you're admitting that it's your philosophy.
Put in your mind games.
well, you're playing mind games. I think you want Juventus to win, but you said,
I do
"Okay,
want
I
Juventus
said
to
it."
win.
All right.
I do want Juventus to win.
To
But I don't
move on-
think that Juventus
to
is gonna
qualify.
win.
You don't
Yeah.
think that it's going
No.
to qualify? Okay.
I think they're gonna win, but I don't think they're gonna
I
qualify.
like how Antonio thought
Yeah.
about that.
Anyway,
Well, I mean, wait. But from my side, I said I would like Juventus to win, but on my head, I know it's not. It's not going to happen.
You
So
never know. I guess we'll
okay.
see.
listen,
Let's-
70 yes, 30 no, but 30 is a lot, big percentage. Okay,
I'll take those odds. Those aren't as bad odds.
70-30 that
as I
Juventus
thought.
moves.
Di Francesco officially sacked.
That's bad.
We spoke about it a lot, guys. We said that it was probably going to happen if the Porto game did go the way that the Porto game did. And we'll briefly touch upon the Porto game. But as far as Di Francesco is gone, he was sacked. Monchi and Roma also parted ways. No idea if it's a sacking or they both just, said we're going to go somewhere else. Monchi is very likely to take a job at Arsenal coming up. And they brought in Claudio Ranieri on a 6-month contract until the end of the season to try and save this Roma and get into the Champions League, which is the only thing they have left to play for this season. Real quick, I'll just say, and I think we've all been open about it, I think that it's the wrong decision to sack Di Francesco. I think that he's used as the scapegoat in this situation.
Absolutely.
Where I agree that his mentality and his team has not always looked great, and I agree that at Porto, that was a horrible attitude from the team. They were just, for dear life, they were just trying to hold on to not concede a goal and pray that they didn't go through. They did not try to play a game. But at the same time, I think that Roma's management and the upper guys need to back their expectations by what they bet into a team. So if you invest a lot of money into a team, then you expect certain results, and I can understand that. But there's also a long-term project, which they spoke about, which is to invest this, to invest that. And it could come down to Monchi, 90 million spent on Karsdorp, Pastore, and Sheik. 90 million spent there. That's the Alisa money out the window. For 3 players, Sheik I'll put on the side, but Karsdorp and Pastore, who have not performed and have not been good enough. So I don't think that all the blame is on Di Francesco. And if I'm putting on a pedestal, I like Ranieri. I like Ranieri a lot. I respect him. But if I was looking at both options, who's going to have the greater possibility of getting a Champions League spot? I'm not sure you could say that Ranieri had him taking over the squad gives Roma that great chance to qualify for Champions League.
Yeah. That was,
I agree. Di Francesco should have been kept at least at the end of the season, and then make a decision. Di Francesco, I think, he's got a lot more skills, and he has been proven to perform when he's under stress. I mean, hey, you lost. I mean, at some point, come on. Realistically speaking, do you actually think that Roma had a big future or just moving forward to the quarterfinal or semifinal of the Champions? No. I mean, at some point, you're gonna get sacked. You're gonna go out. So, but. To sack Di Francesco, like with 10 games left on the Campionato, and just put this guy here, Ranieri. Ranieri doesn't know any one of those players. When he coached last time Roma, he none of those, except for Totti that is on the management team. He doesn't know any one of those
De
things.
Rossi.
No, he's going to start, and De Rossi. But De Rossi is not fit to play anymore. So he's probably hanging by a thread over there. He's going to be finished the season, and then that's it. He's gonna fold it. So that's what happened. So this thing here has been, like Marco said, is getting more of a scapegoat. They have to blame somebody. They have to say, okay,
And they don't
he's
want to blame
gone.
themselves.
So what
I
is gonna?
fear
You know
that-
what am I? The things that makes me upset that Totti doesn't have much to say about this thing here. You know.
He's the one that called Ranieri.
He's the one that called it.
We don't
Yeah,
know
but
how
he
much.
was told to call Ranieri, but I don't think Totti wanted to sack Di Francesco.
Yeah,
Gaetano.
I guess we
I
really don't
doubt
know.
What do you think?
He was told to do that. You know, he's been put
No,
on the spot.
I agree with you. Di Francesco shouldn't have gone. I like Di Francesco. I don't think it's his mistake that Florenzi in the last 5 minutes of the game, pushed the guy stupidly.
Pulled the shirt.
And because they could qualify and maybe buy him some time until the end of the season, maybe change some of the stuff for next year. But no, I agree. I don't like the move. And I don't know if Ranieri, I heard him at his press conference. I'm going to have a happy team. I want a happy locker room. I have a happy players.
It's like
It's going to be happy
hours,
practice and
hours.
happy
Like
this and happy
drink
that.
before the game.
And we're going to fight and fight and fight. Okay, yeah. Hello. Why didn't they fight when Di Francesco was there? So
let me show you what Juventus. I mean, what Roma is going to be facing. So, Mike, scroll up, okay?
Mike, just said.
So he's going to be doing Spal first Sunday, then Napoli, then Fiorentina, then Sampdoria, then Udinese, Inter, Cagliari, Genova, Juventus, Sassuolo, and Parma.
That's not
None of those are easy team. I mean, none. I mean, look at that. Sassuolo almost
hard.
beat Napoli. I mean, except for Spal and Udinese.
Hey, you never know these days.
And that's
When
amazing.
you
And
start
that's
playing those
amazing.
smaller teams towards the end of the
And
season,
that's
those
what I'm
are the
saying.
even harder
those
games
are
because
fighting
of the
for
relegation.
their lives. So it's going to be rough. It's
I
going to
know.
be rough.
I wish I like Ranieri. I respect the guy, but I'm just, and I hope he does well. But I think that the battle for fourth place this season is very tough. And if we talk about Milan securing third place again another week against Chievo, you feel good at going again.
No, I don't feel good. We don't have anything.
Again with those mind games, Anto.
Yeah, this is the mind game.
I don't feel good. We don't have any third place. I mean, right now it's just temporary.
What,
I mean,
what were you saying? We were watching the Napoli game, and the moment the full whistle, what did you say? The full-time whistle when Napoli ties Sassuolo.
Well, listen, I was hoping for Napoli. I mean, any team that comes from the south, I'm a big fan, especially Napoli and all the stuff. But
Wait, real quick. We had a comment this week saying that the IFTV podcast is against the South of
that's
Italy.
not true. That's not
Where
true.
are you from?
I'm from Bari.
Where were you
Bari
born?
and Naples. Bari and Naples, they're almost on the same latitude.
well, we all from the south. I mean,
Greece is all from the south.
And Peter's mom is from Napoli, and I think his dad's from Calabria.
South all the way, guys. South all the ways. But in this particular case, I made a bet with Ludovico, and Ludovico thinks that we're never going to catch up with Napoli, but
Second place.
to second place. But
See,
Ludo, if you're listening to this thing here,
What,
watch out.
what you have to realize for the fans that don't know, when we were growing up in the South, the teams, you only knew of three teams. The only teams was Inter, Milan, and Juventus.
Right.
There was no other teams. In the South, there were no teams in Serie A. So every kid that grew up in the South, all the championships, Champions League, were won by Juventus, Inter, and Milan. So most of the South grew up with one of those teams.
How'd you get Roma then?
No, I grew up, my first team that I watched in the 60s, 63, 64, 65 was Inter. Because Inter was winning. They won the Champions League. That's what we were following. Because they were the team, the Sarti, Burnic, Facchetti, Mazzola, Suarez.
So how did Roma come about?
Roma came about because I loved Falcao. When Falcao went to Roma, I thought he was the ideal player because that was the position that I envisioned playing myself. And the guy, I mean, the things that he used to do, at one time he saved a goal on the line. The next play, they gave him a ball inside the area, and with the heel of the foot, he put it in the middle, and the guy had it. The guy was fantastic. Class.
That's how it goes now too. Everybody finds a player that
Class.
you love. And
So that was my player at that time. Falcao was my player. And now, of course, because you grew up as a Juventus player, I've been following Juventus for the last few years. We've been at Juventus Stadium for 3-4 times.
So you're not a steady fan, by the way.
so,
You're like
bandwagon fan, right?
Bandwagon fan, yeah. That's
I mean,
that's good. That's good. Like
I listen.
sticks all the time with the
Now,
losers, with
now,
the Van
now
Basten
it's
and
gonna.
company.
I follow AC Milan.
Thanks.
When there was Van Basten, Gullit, okay,
You should have stayed at
Rijkaard,
AC Milan.
Donadoni, Baresi, Maldini.
But you follow everybody.
You know, I followed that team. That team was fantastic. But I loved Platini. You know, when Platini was at Juventus, the guy was magic. So I like
you appreciate good football.
Yeah. I have no problem if the team, when Inter won the triplete, I mean, I watched every game. Against Barcelona,
fan again.
against Chelsea, against Barcelona, against Bayern Munich. See, my philosophy was, if a team is playing in the European Cup, and it's an Italian team, you support that team. Doesn't matter with the AC Milan, Inter, Juventus. So I found myself looking at those games and cheering for those teams. Now, if you talk to other players if you're other fans, if you're an Inter, God forbid you go for AC Milan, they'll shoot you if you're watching the game and all of that. So, and Juventus and Roma is the same thing. I mean, so
It depends also where
if
you're from.
I guess. I mean, I grew up here. I've been here for almost 50 years. But if you grew up in Italy, you cannot be.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be from Inter, and then when AC Milan is playing against Bayern, you go for Bayern. You don't go for me. You know, it's that's
100%, 100%. Because in the morning in
that's
Italy,
not acceptable.
Gaetano.
And Juventus and Roma, they could kill each other.
Gaetano,
They
explain
never-
your son that in the morning, the first thing that we do before we go to work or we go to school, you're going to go to the bar and then it's
everyone's gonna make fun of each other.
Milanista. I say, if there is a question about goal, you robbed the game. That's the start. Instead of saying good morning, you say you robbed the game, or you cheating. That
So,
was not a penalty. That's what we do.
If I was growing up now in Italy, they wouldn't accept me. Yeah, they would think that I'm a traitor because I cheer for this team and then I cheer for this. So they would call me traitors.
I heard you used to be an Inter fan and then Milan
Never,
started
never,
winning.
never.
I think I heard to the
No, but
grapevine.
you said that when the teams playing for the European Cup, you go for the Italian
Well,
teams.
it's not that I become their fan. I'm an Italian fan. And
Peter does the same thing. He says,
I'm
I
an
don't
Italian
root for, but
fan.
I'm not going to root against.
Okay, but if God forbid Inter loses, and I'm not going to lose sleep over. You know what I mean? I'm an Italian fan, but
You'd rather them progress.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
No, fair enough. Fair
Listen,
enough.
it's since 2010 that we haven't done anything in Europe, so we need all the support that.
Absolutely,
Almost 10
absolutely,
years.
absolutely. So I'm going to be supporting Juventus tomorrow, and God forbid you
You wear the
move forward.
Ronaldo shirt? If you wear the Ronaldo shirt, we might win.
Wow, let's not go that far. We'll see.
Anyway, Quagliarella, top goal scorer in Serie A right now. 20 goals. Everyone else
broke the 20 goal
is
mark.
behind him
Di Chiara
with
set the
19.
Di Piontek, and he's there.
I think on the 120, is it 100th or 120th anniversary of Sampdoria becoming a football club, the weekend of that. So great job by Quagliarella. I think game after game, he just keeps proving, it's on a penalty kick and everybody wants to take it away from him. But they earned a penalty kick. What do you want it to do? Still shooting a penalty kick is not an easy task.
Easy.
If you think it's so easy, go take one and then you'll realize in a pressure situation. So I don't take anything away from that. And a penalty could win. Italy won a World Cup on penalty kicks. So you need to be good at taking penalty kicks. And he's 36 years old. Cut the guy a break.
Stop right
Cut
there.
him a
How
break.
old is Ronaldo? Cristiano
He's,
Ronaldo.
33, 34.
34. How many millions dollars does Ronaldo make?
30 million.
30 million. How many millions Quagliarella makes?
Maybe
Panino.
2
2 million. Okay, so Quagliarella is over here. Ronaldo said. How many goals does Ronaldo
19.
have? And how many goals Quagliarella has?
20.
Okay, so Quagliarella is right here. and Ronaldo is
I don't
right
think
here.
19 and 20
Okay.
go like this.
How many Piantek?
Same thing.
19.
So, hello.
Piontek actually, Quagliarella has the most goals on penalty kicks. He's got more than Ronaldo and more than Piontek. And Ronaldo has more than Piontek on penalty kick.
So, Piontek is the scorer.
But you just said that you agreed with me that penalties are important.
Well,
You're about to change your whole
I got you.
not that wide.
I
not
got
that.
you. Anyway,
right.
Quagliarella.
It's tripping me.
Listen, you're the one who spoke, not me. Quagliarella, the national team call-ups are going to be in about a week or 2 weeks. And there's reports of even Balotelli, who's been doing really good in France right now. Mike, check what his stats were, the stat that we posted for Balotelli. And Mancini,
Mario is my boy.
Mancini was there. And it's always such a controversy anytime this guy scores because we got people on our site that they scream at each other. Mario should be in the national team. Mario shouldn't be in the national team. It's a disgrace if he's there. It's a disgrace if he's not there. I think at this point, if we had Balotelli and Quagliarella in attack, I think that we would, and with Zaniolo a little bit behind them, I think that we'd have a few more goals.
Perfect.
So I don't see any problem with it.
Put Barella too into the game.
Why not?
Make what's his name, Verratti, and those other quote unquote midfielders that we
Verratti's
have.
gotta stay.
Yeah, well, what about Florenzi? What about Florenzi? Come on. What about Insigne? Just.
This is why you got called a Southern hater because you got mad at Insigne.
Insigne is a choker. Okay, he's a choker. Florenzi is another choker. Okay, great players, but when you put them on the stage where you have to perform, they choke. And Verratti is one of them too. So I like to see Barella this time in. I like to see some other guy that
Got some questions?
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. What were you gonna say?
No. If you want to say a few words about Atlanta, I mean, this is Atlanta is really doing well. I mean, to go win in Sampdoria was
Atalanta.
Atlanta's doing. I mean, he's doing very well. I think they have the same points. They have about 44 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're tied with
Roma,
I
I
can
think.
check right now.
Gasperini is the man, I'll tell you.
Atalanta's tied with Torino in 6th place.
6 points.
Guys,
yeah.
Torino too. Torino are making that push, trying to get into
Now,
the Europa
Torino,
League.
I think they haven't received any goal in the last 7 games, right? This was the first goal.
First goal. Yeah.
First goal in the last 7 games.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
No,
And
yeah.
Bellotti is back and scoring. How many
scored
goals does
3
Bellotti
goals in
have?
the past 2 games.
Does he have 10 goals?
No.
Ooh, I don't think
Bellotti.
that's yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, yeah, you're right. He has 10. Exactly.
He's got 10 goals?
Right.
I didn't think he had 10.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's been low on the
He's
radar.
slowly
so-
creeping up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And Duvan Zapata's up there too with 17. No,
Yeah,
no.
Zapata is also, he scored also a nice
That's
goal.
a very important game. That Sampdoria Atalanta is one of the 3 points are massive. They're
Crucial.
huge.
Yeah.
And what happened to Gasperini on this game? He was thrown out. He got really upset. He was talking to himself, and then he pushed somebody on the way in.
Yeah, he pushed the Sampdoria official and he fell down. He's since apologized.
He
but-
said that was his friend, that they knew each other. So
Maybe he did it by mistake. He didn't.
no, he didn't do it by mistake. I saw
Oh,
it,
boy.
but he said that was my friend. So they must have said.
But it
something.
was after the game.
Let me ask you a question.
After the
He
game,
was thrown
Yeah.
out.
No,
so
no,
he
he
was. He
was-
walked out of the field.
What do you think
boy.
about that?
Hey,
Should he be
listen.
punished?
If it was Spalletti, banned for life.
I mean, I understand if it's a player or something like that, but maybe he was a kind of upset, so he's probably he didn't mean it. He just had a moment of.
He shouldn't get punished just because.
Let me ask you a
No,
question.
you don't punish somebody. I mean, what do you have stitches?
Let
this
me
guy?
ask you a
What is
question.
it? Come on, give me a
Antonio,
break. Get up and walk, man.
Antonio, next week we got Inter versus Milan. Let's say Spalletti gets thrown off, and while he's walking, he knocks over one of the Milan officials.
Wow.
Anton, you see how
First
your
of
record
all,
changes completely?
First of all, I don't think he can do that. He can
Too
do
bad
that.
he cannot run into Gattuso. Is he
I
going to
don't
be there?
think it's gonna happen.
really gets
Believe
stitches,
me.
right?
Is Gattuso going to be there?
Believe
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
are
He
not.
got
They're
a red
fighting.
card.
They're
No, no.
fighting. He was
he's gonna be
injected,
there.
but they're fighting. They see if they can, waive anything.
So
He'll be
Spalletti
fine.
did that. Hypothetically, would he get? He should be punished.
Absolutely. But he's not going to do it, believe me, because
He's gonna be too scared.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna have Peter to back him up.
He's
over
going to
there.
have his ass kicked.
All right. Any other games that we have to talk about? I
wait.
have.
What?
Yeah,
What
go
do you
ahead. Go ahead.
So
No,
who's
what do you
winning
have? What do you
next
have?
week?
I
Who's winning
have,
against Milan?
one
Who's
second,
winning
one
against
second.
Milan?
The president of Serie A was at Domenica Sportiva last night.
What'd he say?
And they asked him about if we go to 18 teams instead of
Yeah, we
20
talked
teams,
about this.
but with the playoffs.
Ooh.
So that's
Playoffs
what
at relegation and at top, or just the relegation?
no for the Scudetto, for the championship.
Oh, this baseball.
Because you go
I will do that.
Hold on.
Definitely.
Yeah, you wish.
Because
yeah.
you-
you can't finish first. any
because
other
you
way.
go to 18 games, you have less games, so that at the end you're gonna have a couple of. So the first 4 teams, one plays 4,
It'd be
2 plays 3.
competitive. It'd be different.
Absolutely.
Because they
I
said
agree.
that
I
they
agree.
said that Juventus is up by
You see, they always got to find something.
Ah,
Some
here you
way.
go.
By
So they
30
can't win. They change the rules to win.
Well,
Juventus
You
is
can't
up.
win. You got to change the rules.
Is up by 35 points every season. What's have a little fun at the end.
Yeah, a little fun. Maybe, how about we do first place, you stay, and then second, third, and fourth, fifth, sixth, you go fight for Champions League.
You.
So I know.
you can't win on
Wait.
your own.
Wait. This is what's the question.
I know.
Okay.
No,
So
absolutely
what
not.
what do you think?
I'll tell you what. I agree. I'll tell you the reasons why.
Because then you could go to 6th place. You don't have to do much, and then
Hello,
a fluke.
English.
No, the
Let
first
me
4
say
teams.
It. Let me say it.
1 through 4.
If you put everybody on the same plane, hey, Juventus,
The entire.
you spending
Continue,
$250 million, you can afford Cristiano Ronaldo, you can afford this, you can afford that. Everybody else is going to just, whatever crumbs falls off the bread
You
basket
spent
for
$90
Juventus.
million on
Take it
Paquetá and
easy.
Piontek. That was
Take
enough
it
crumbs.
easy.
He said the crumbs.
Listen, you're not the one that you spend a lot of money to.
Well,
so don't.
I agree with you.
Okay.
You
You
said
just said
something
spend
nice.
crumbs.
This is what's brought up to the table. Just say your opinion.
I
That's-
agree. I
Okay.
agree.
Of
It should be
course.
done like that.
Okay. Mike.
Yeah, I mean, try for a season just to see how it is. You'll get more viewers in the Serie A, and it's different. Why
in
not?
baseball, that's what they do,
Why
Gaetano.
not?
Yeah, we're gonna make
The
this
Yan-
baseball. What do you
in
think?
baseball, the Yankees they win 105 games,
MLS
and then
does
there are
this
people
too.
that and there are
MLS.
people. I mean, other teams that they went up with 85. They went up. They
is
make
nice.
it. They make it to the playoff. So
It's good.
let's do it.
Doesn't surprise
I
me.
agree with that.
The answers don't surprise me.
Gaetano, what
What
do you
about
think?
you?
Absolutely not. I would do it. I would do it for the relegation. What do you mean? Because first of all, there's
For
no
the
such,
relegation.
There's no such, number one, there's no such thing as we're not all level. You're in a season. The season is a competition. This is not the World Cup. The World Cup is a tournament. This is not a tournament. It's a season. There's strategy that comes along with playing a season. Be better and you'll win. Not, oh, we'll just get 4th place and then we could win inside of
Okay,
a
but
tournament.
now the games are from now until the end of the season. They don't mean that much because
Right, because-
So be better.
No, you can't.
Everybody, we got to give handouts. You spend more
You
money,
guys have
make better
three-
decisions,
Then people that
and win games.
spend more money. Where are the money? Where's the money?
Do we need to hand out?
Where
to you?
is the money?
Okay, guys.
No, business is a sport. You
know
have to
what-
make money and you spend it well.
You know what luxury taxes is? In baseball, they use it.
Yeah, you say it everybody. What do you
I'm
say?
telling you.
What do you
No,
say?
no, don't
No,
change
I mean,
subject.
What do you say? We're not changing the subject. We spoke about it before.
I think there's pro and cons about it. I think if you're waiting now for the playoffs, and you're getting into the playoffs, so there's a lot of games now that have a meaning because you're trying to get into the playoffs. If you are so many points ahead, the season is over. So you keep
To make it more
Whose
interesting,
fault
right?
is that?
You keep
To make it more
everybody
interesting.
interested.
Get better.
The other thing also is the season, because there is the playoffs, sometimes the game
solution for you.
in the middle might not mean that much. Because, okay, we're going to see each other in the playoffs. Here in the United States, there are a lot of teams that make the playoffs. So it's even...
More competition.
Yeah.
More exciting.
Nah, it's worse like that.
I mean, there's
let me-
6 or 8 teams that make the playoffs.
I have the solution to this problem here.
There's no
I
problem.
have it.
The
I have a
football
solution.
Get better.
If you are that good, right? You have 15 points more than Napoli or AC Milan.
18.
Okay, 18. If you are that good, you should have been worrying about doing the
But I don't-
playoff.
Who said that we were that good? I didn't say it.
Well, you said
I'm
it.
saying that we're going to get knocked out
You
of the
said it.
Champions
We don't
League.
have
Let
the
me ask you a
money to
question.
spend. So let's make a little playoff. So let's see
Let me
how
ask
good
you a
you
question.
are
Let
toward
me ask
the
you a
end of the
question.
season. If you are that confident, you should be able to win. So you're gonna welcome this
Can I
this
ask you a question?
this proposal that your father is putting
Let me
on the
ask you guys a
table.
question. A few minutes ago, we were talking about Italians not doing well in Champions League. Do you agree that Italian teams are not doing well in the Champions League for
Not
the past
really.
10 years?
Not really.
Yeah, we haven't won in 10
haven't won
years.
a
Yeah, I mean,
Champions League.
winning is a different
Yeah,
story. But
okay.
we made it to the semi, to the quarter.
Okay, well, this is not-
to the final.
not
Do you
second
agree?
place.
Now, do you think now adding competitive games in May, where the Champions League April, May, is a great idea to strain your energy? For the Italian
Absolutely.
team to
Absolutely.
to do well in the league.
Yes.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, we just this was brought up to the table. It's not that it's
brought up to the table, it's got to fall off the table.
No way. No way.
I'm just
No
saying,
way.
bring
I think
more-
you're scared. You are scared
No, it
because
just doesn't make
somebody
sense. What do you
is going to take you over.
What do you mean? I know.
You are scared.
100%.
You are scared.
Listen, Antonio.
Well,
Antonio.
but if you have
Antonio, eventually another team is going to come in first place.
Hello.
It could be you guys next year.
Thank you.
It could be Milan.
No. I wanted
agree.
to do the playoff.
But that's worse.
Why don't we?
That's worse for
Why
you
don't we
then.
start from this year? Let's do the playoff.
Keep going. What were you going to
You're afraid of Piantek.
No, I said.
Piontek.
I mean,
terrified.
if you have 2-3 teams that are all 3 teams very close together, you're gonna
For
play
a
some.
Champions League spot and for relegation. I
Yeah,
think it'll be
you're gonna
interesting.
play some tough games too in May. I mean, what happens in Europe is, PSG is how many points? They're so many points ahead. I mean, in
you're
England, I
killing
think
that-
they
you're
all
killing the
won.
championship like that.
But usually 3-4 top championship where one team is way ahead. Anyway, it was just something that they brought up last night.
Don't be afraid, Marco.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I think you guys are gonna win the league next year.
No, just even
Right.
if we are
We
on
have to
top,
talk to-
I welcome the playoff.
we all said our.
Keep going.
our,
What were you gonna say?
Okay, I was just gonna move on to questions.
Yeah, move
Okay.
on.
That's a pretty interesting question coming in from Massimo. He said, "Who's finishing top 4 and in what order?" We said, from the beginning of the season we had different guesses. I say we go again and
From right
say
now.
what we think right now is gonna happen to the end of the season.
Still, the first guesses are very important since we
That's
made
true.
them.
But I'm just saying a little updated version.
now it's much easier than.
Gaetano, go
But
first.
who do we said? Do you have it? Who do we said at the beginning?
We'll
No,
check-
right?
we'll check that.
No,
out.
I think the way it is now, that's how it's going to end.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think AC Milan is going to be in second place.
I think
you think they're going to be in second
Yeah,
place?
Juventus, Milan, Napoli, and maybe Roma. Not even Inter.
Do you think-
Roma.
do you think you guys?
Roma.
Do you think you guys?
P, you're number 5.
Do you think you guys could go to first?
Not this year.
Not
But
this
if we do the playoff, we can beat you.
yeah, I agree. I agree. It's gonna stay the same as it now.
Wow.
I think.
that was
So don't
simple.
even. So
So
Inter is going to stay 4th.
I think. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
stay
with you
fourth.
guys. So you said Inter in 5th, Roma in 4th.
Could
or
be Roma and another couple other teams, but Inter is not going to keep the 5th, the 4th position.
Bold move. What's the next question,
Okay,
Mike?
coming in from Jimmy Conrad, he said, "How much will Real Madrid pay for Piontek this summer and ruining all hopes for Milan ever competing with Juventus?"
You know who Jimmy Conrad is? He's a former United States men's national team player. He played against Italy in 2006.
Listen, I will give you Piontek, but you just give me Modric and give me the guy that plays on the left
Sergio
wing.
Ramos?
No, Sergio Ramos.
Bale?
We're going to do it. I'll take Modric and Bell. Yes.
For Piontek?
Oh, yeah.
And any money on top of it, or that's
No,
good?
that's fine.
50 million?
Yeah. no, I'll take both of them. I'll take both of them. Just one-on-one here. You take Piontek, I take those two
Okay.
guys.
That's
Modric and Bale.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
What was the question? Say it again.
I was gonna say,
Sorry.
how much will Real Madrid pay for Piontek this summer?
He's messing with us.
Piontek
He's
is
trying to get us
probably
annoyed.
Piontek is worth it at 80 to 90 million dollar.
Ooh,
90 million
about
euro.
90.
Sorry, euro, which is more
Wait,
money.
well, now we didn't talk about, but Zidane is officially the coach of Real Madrid right
the
now.
next 3
So
years,
for the next
yeah.
3 years, he didn't sign just
That's
6
right.
months. He signed till 2022.
So eliminate.
So as of today,
Yeah, as of
is going to
today.
take
Yeah.
over.
Yep.
Wow.
He's going to take over.
Yep. They say he has 350 to 400 million to spend. So
Okay, he's gonna.
they wanted to spend 80 million on Piontek.
He's pretty smart. I mean, he's a
He
smart
might
guy.
take Dybala. He might take
Yeah.
Dybala.
He
I
left.
think so, too.
He left when they saw a crisis coming. He saw that the crisis was coming, and he took off. And now, if they're gonna spend 300 million, 400 million,
Icardi.
he might. He's gonna build up. He's got the rest of the season to build up and to make a good team. But they were talking about Zidane last night, and they said, "How does Zidane play?" And everybody was like, got quiet.
What do you mean? How does it?
Yeah, what is it? How does he play? What's his strategy? What's
doesn't
his
really.
tactical? What's stat? And everybody was like, they didn't have an answer. So
He lets the players do their.
yeah,
He really does.
that's what everybody.
He does.
I think it was agreed that he's very good in the locker room.
Yeah, managing the players.
So he manages to play in the locker room. He'll get the best players now and let them play.
And I think that
It gives them
as a
freedom,
player,
a lot of freedom.
as a player, he was a very smart player, very intelligent. So he reads the game well. If you guys have you ever seen his locker room speech, Juventus against Real Madrid in the finals, where it was 1-1 at that point, where Mandzukic did the overhead. He read the game perfectly. He said what was going to happen, and he made a few changes where he said, Isco, I want you directly cutting down the line instead of going wide. I don't remember the exact thing. You could YouTube it and you'll see. But I think that that's like a key part to also Zidane's game is seeing the move and then knowing how to break down the other team, where he probably has that edge over a lot of other coaches. So maybe not like the tactics, like how exactly he plays, but he adapts to however to play.
You see, under Zidane,
the next question, Mike?
Dybala will be a spectacular player.
He would give him freedom.
Oh,
He would give him a
forget
lot of
it.
freedom.
Okay, moving on to the next
Thanks,
question.
Jimmy. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, Jimmy, thanks for the question.
We didn't exactly answer.
We kind of went on this. This from Arian and Fat Totti, a little mixture of both. They were saying, what's a chance that Ranieri could bring Roma to the top 4? Give me a percentage.
I don't think it's out of question, but I would put 60-40 not in their favor. In Inter's favor.
Yeah. Well,
No, I don't think so.
lower than that?
Yeah, no, he's not going to make it in the top four.
Wow. Not even a percentage.
I will just give I will give a 50-50 chance.
50-50?
Yeah.
You really just don't want Inter to be there.
No, I think the Inter is going to slip up. I'm telling
Inter, now Vanda said that, he might have surgery. Icardi's not going to be there for the derby, for sure. I think it's like 90% she said he's not going to be there. So if Icardi's not there for the rest of the season, they got a tough schedule. I was looking at their schedule.
Show
they
me
got
Inter's
a
schedule,
tough
Mike.
schedule. Just go to our post.
Mike,
where we
show me.
have it.
I think. Let me tell you something. Inter doesn't have the fourth place locked up. Neither is Milan.
No. Well,
Listen, neither Inter or Milan, they have the third and fourth place locked up.
If you win the derby.
Oh, if we win the
If you
derby,
win the
then
derby.
we are okay. But Marco, don't forget we have another 30 points. The 10 games, right? It's 30 points.
This
still
guy,
available.
Lautaro's got to come. He has to perform at high
listen,
level.
The derby. What are the games, Mike? Say it. Just say it.
Ooh, okay, the next game they're playing the derby against Milan. The next game after Lazio, then Atalanta, then Roma, then Juventus, then Napoli. Oh my
That's a
god,
tough schedule.
Oh
That's a
my-
very
yo,
tough
every
schedule.
single game is
told you.
extremely tough.
And
I'm going to change my prediction
Wait,
for
what?
Inter.
Changing his prediction.
Listen, they're going to
I
lose.
think I might have to change that too.
Listen, they're going to lose
See?
3 out of 4. I'm telling you right
Only?
now.
This is a tough schedule.
Inter's going to lose 3 out of the 4
The
games.
smallest team here is Atalanta, and I'm
I
putting
don't think so.
quotation because they're not
Atalanta
even a
gonna
small
lose.
team.
Inter is going to lose 3
my God.
out of 4. Actually, 4 out of 5.
This is a
1, 2, 3,
crazy
4 out of 5.
schedule.
Hey, look, Catano. We're talking about Milan, Lazio, Atalanta,
just said it.
Roma, Juventus, and Napoli.
These are the
Hey,
I told you guys I had a crazy
out of the
schedule.
rest, these are the toughest.
They're
ones,
going to
which
lose
is-
4 games
You
out
sure,
of
right?
6. 4 games.
That's the
they're gonna
schedule?
lose.
Exactly?
Pete,
No,
you
I'm saying that
folded.
within the last part
Okay,
of the
so there's a
thing.
few other teams in
Yeah,
there,
there's a few
which
other
are
teams.
which are very tough games. If you
Big.
get those guys at the
That's
bottom.
up to date.
Yeah, this is up to date.
Pete, I have an extra AC Milan shirt for you. I kept saving the shirts. I'm not going to give it to anybody. It's your shirt.
If Milan win the derby, I respect you guys so much.
You respect it. Why? You're
lot.
not respecting us as now?
No, I do.
You better start
I
to
said
respect
so
us.
much. I
Ah,
said so much.
Okay.
Because, but I think that it's gonna be hard. I think the derby win.
It's all right.
I usually goes to those ties.
All
You know,
right. So if-
it's hard for Inter to lose that. It's gonna be tough.
All right.
Mike, what's the next question?
One last question coming in from Ahmad. He said, "Is the current Milan squad ready for the potential UCL season, or do they need to look for some improvements?"
It's a
and
great
what
question.
Positions?
What's a UCL?
Champions League.
Oh.
Are they ready for the next Champions
I would say with one defender more and
What defender? Center back, left back, right back?
right back.
Wait, not left
League?
back.
Rodriguez. Oh, you mean Rodriguez, right?
No,
The left.
Musacchio.
Wait,
Oh,
that's
center
center back.
No. Right. Musacchio
Right,
is
right
center back, you
We
mean?
have
Right, you got
we have
Conte.
Romagnoli. I'm sorry.
He's saying right center back.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay,
right
we have
center back.
Romagnoli and we have
Musacchio.
No, well, actually, I like Zapata better than Musacchio, to be honest with you.
He's not good for
What
Champions
about
League.
Caldara?
Caldara, that we're still waiting. Hey, Caldara has been playing now with the youths. He's been
He
playing.
got called up. He didn't make his appearance though.
So,
So you want a center back?
yeah, I want to
And-
send it
Wait,
back.
with the youths?
Let him have fun. We're going to see who's going to laugh at the
No,
end.
no. You know what it reminded me? My cousin Vinny. Remember my cousin Vinny?
I seen it. I seen it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Youths. He was the judge. You remember the judge? Oh, you gotta see it.
So,
He goes, youths. What is youths?
so listen. If Caldara,
It's a great movie.
If Caldara comes to maturation, in other words, it's the right player to play next to Romagnoli.
Who else besides the center back? We got you.
We need a midfielder.
You're gonna need a left full back. That's the first thing you need.
Yeah, seriously.
Unless Calabria
And we won what's his name, Bonaventura back into the game. If we get Bonaventura healthy and we get another defender,
So just 2 positions? You
yeah,
guys
that's
are
it.
set?
We're good.
I think you need a goalkeeper.
Are you kidding me? He's the best goalkeeper of the world. I'm telling
good.
you,
I
the
like
best
him.
of the world. It's the only position that you have saved in the Italian national team. If you actually ask Mancini, he
should've
says,
said
what's your formation? Donnarumma and everybody. I will tell you before the game starts. That's what Mancini is going to tell you.
Okay, the rest of us. I think that Milan's not ready for Champions League just because you have to play on 3 fronts. I think that they need a few more players. I think that center back 100% Zapata, Musacchio, no good. And if if Calabria and Conti stay healthy, you're okay with the fullbacks. I think you could have Calabria on the left, Conti on the right. That's fine. A center midfielder. You need another center midfielder. Kessie Bakayoko, and somebody. You
Bonaventura.
Biglia, yes, he's been getting better, but I think that you need a really good, like a Barella.
Suso, well, we got Suso, we got Bonaventura,
winger.
And then you need
Barella can be a different makers in AC Milan.
You need better player up top too. You need somebody. If you play the 4-3-3, you need
Suso is good.
Calhanoglu.
Suso is
Calhanoglu.
good. Suso is good. Cutrone is
And you
good.
better keep Piontek. Don't do that swap for Modric.
Listen, if you see Modric is.
Now you don't have a striker.
You know, you had a chance. I don't know if you have a chance anymore, but you need a left full back. It's not AC Milan
What's his name? Rodriguez.
quality. And if Cisco was available, I would love to see Cisco.
Isco?
Sorry.
Cisco is what's inside the computer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. That's what I was thinking.
Cisco, guys.
If you're wearing headphones,
if Cisco is available,
Cisco is the diminutive of Isco.
I hope you guys weren't earphones. You guys probably
boy.
If Isco's available,
I would love to have Isco.
I would get Isco.
that would be a interesting signing. But now with Zidane,
Yeah, I don't know.
He's probably gonna play
Zidane
like-
counted.
We'll keep him.
He won, he
played
won
good under him.
3 Champions League with Isco.
Who else do you so Isco, that's left back. Isco.
I would get a left back, and I would get a nice number.
Center.
Yeah, like a number 10 type of player.
How about a coach?
No. Gattuso is very good. I think
I'm
he's
kidding.
wonderful coach. Wonderful coach. Wonderful. I mean, above
He's not-
anybody,
I don't know.
above anybody expectation.
He's not happy, so I don't know. Every time I see him on the
I think
side.
that there's another job close to home too, open. So
What is that?
I mean, very close to home. Just the one color is different.
No, I don't think so. Spalletti, Gattuso will never coach Inter. Believe me when I'm telling you. It's never going to happen.
I'm just trying to get you mad.
It's never going to happen.
You know what they said last night? Who's going to be the next coach for Inter?
Oh.
Allegri.
yeah, I heard of
Beautiful.
that.
They deserve each other. Please send me to Inter, Marco. Please.
If he had a good relationship with Marotta, I don't know. If he had a good relationship with
What
Marotta,
happened?
you know,
I gotta say, I wouldn't be that upset.
that could happen.
I don't think Peter would be happy.
He's a good coach.
I think Peter said he didn't want him.
You
No, I
know
think he
what?
said
I'm
it-
going to make a prediction. If Inter loses 4 of the next 6 games, Spalletti might not make it to the end of the season.
No.
Why wouldn't you play him? The
I
rest
am
of the
telling you
time?
right now.
Would
Spalletti might
Allegri
not make
work?
it
I
to
don't
the
think
end
he
of the
would work
season.
at Inter. I think he's better at handling a team rather than building a team. And Inter kind of need a builder right now. Or
Builder? Are you kidding me? What, we are in construction over here? Listen, they have a lot of
like
players.
a Conte or Simeone.
No,
now listen.
Simeone is not going to gets his hands dirty playing, coaching Inter. No, it's just a bit
too hard.
It's a dirty squad. You know, you get
do you mean by
fashions
that?
over there. I mean, I'll tell you what I mean. You have all the names and the players that hands with each, and then the rest.
Clicks. There's clicks.
You know.
That's what it's called. Like a
Like
bunch
groups.
of groups of players.
Right.
Yeah,
So
click,
they have
click.
fashions into the locker room. It's not a united locker room. And Spalletti is not a leader. Spalletti just walks over there and it's like a ping pong. Boom, boom, boom. They push him all over the place. Spalletti is not somebody
They're just
that
throwing out random stuff now.
Spalletti is not somebody that takes everybody and just makes.
Maybe you're right. Anyway, also wanted to say, guys, today we did a FIFA game against Ocho Cinco. Chad Ocho Cinco. He's an NFL player.
Well, check our Twitter below because we posted some pictures. He posted some pictures, and yeah.
We recorded it too. Michael and I. The first game we played as Milan. Guess who I scored with? Because it wasn't updated.
You Kessier.
Higuain.
Higuain. Oh my God, Higuain.
It wasn't. We didn't
How is he
update
doing,
it.
by the way, Mike Higuain?
I don't think
He's
he's
been
doing,
scoring?
No, I don't think he's been doing that.
Thank God he took him with him. Sorry.
Are you saying that sarcastically?
Yeah, no, I mean, hey, listen, we don't want to. I mean, I wish him all the best. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Higuain, when he was on the top of his, game, he scored a lot of goals.
Yeah.
But I wish him well. But I don't think they made a good move, sorry.
Anyway, he scored one goal. We scored one goal with Higuain. He beat us 4-1.
Oh boy,
He's like a professional player, that guy.
Yeah, he's very
we
good.
beat him the second game we played Juventus. He only chooses Napoli. He's a diehard Napoli fan.
True Napolitano.
He said he became a Napoli fan because he fell in love with Kappa, so he loved the shirts. Ever since there, he loves only Napoli. Only. He doesn't play one game without them. He wouldn't do it.
Torino has Kappa too. Maybe that could be second team.
Does he play with Maradona?
No,
That'd
he
be
doesn't
nice.
have
FIFA
Maradona.
90
Ocho Cinco, get Maradona.
And then the second game we played as Juventus, we won. And then third game Juventus, we lost. So he won 2 out of 3. He's a good.
Marco gave us a red card and we kind of collapsed.
This guy freaking goes crazy. You know how he plays like when we go
of
play?
course.
This is
No,
what he
what are
does
you
in FIFA too. He got us a red card. We were 1-1. We were tied with the game.
My goodness.
This guy gets a
Yeah,
red card
rough.
and a penalty kick. We ended up losing the game 4-1 in like 20 minutes.
Okay, guys, listen. Are we about to wrap up this
Yeah,
whole
we're
thing?
gonna wrap
Okay,
up right
listen,
now.
guys.
Anyway, Ocho Cinco, we're going to try to get him on a podcast when he comes to New York.
You're welcome over here. We'll take you to lunch. We'll take you to Pane Antico. Wonderful meals.
He said he
I'm
loves
telling
Italian
you.
food.
I'm telling you.
We're
So.
going to Patricia's with Ludovico.
Oh yeah. We're going.
He's gonna take out 8 hours of his day if he goes with
Don't
Ludovico.
worry. It's 20-course meals for you. You're gonna like it, and we can make you play soccer in front of on the screen over there at Patrizia, so you can have a video game over there too.
Yeah, good
Okay.
idea.
And he's getting a Cacho shirt. Does he?
Yeah,
He's
we're
getting a
sending
Cacho shirt.
them a couple. Anyway, good podcast. Let's hope the best for tomorrow, for today, for Juventus. Follow our Instagram and our Instagram stories. Are you guys gonna be around tomorrow or no? You're not gonna.
I was about to ask, so I think I have a few jobs that I think I'm gonna have to cancel. I might have to.
I think you're going to say go to. That's good.
Are you
mentality.
feeling
think
sick?
so.
Are you feeling a cough?
I'm already starting to feeling sick. but
Gaetano's
I
feeling
wanna-
sick.
Hey, your boss is listening, though.
Okay. I have no bosses. My wife's just listening. Oh, shoot. Wow.
You want us to cut
Oh,
it?
my God. I didn't mean it.
I think he started to feel sick too.
This guy.
You guys
yeah.
caught something.
Gaetano's coughing a lot before the podcast
Yeah, I
started.
saw it. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Rate the podcast with 5 stars. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao,
And
guys.
do we have any sales?
No, there's no